Hi, I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
And we're AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching Haikyuu, Season 4, Episode 13. Last episode we got a pretty decent introduction to Hoshiumi and his character. Back at the camp with Kaguya-sama, it was just more like we saw him in action, but we got to know a bit of his personality and learn that he's kind of an all-around player, which is awesome. And he doesn't think of his size as a detriment, which is great.
Yeah, he makes sure to say that he is aware that his height is a disadvantage. It not just could be perceived as a disadvantage by others, but it is. But it doesn't mean that he is helpless and he can't get better and he can't prove to everyone that he can make up for it in different ways and be creative. And by the end of it, we hear him actually being compared to the little giant.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad that Hinata took it the way that he did, and he is more motivated seemingly than ever to get better and just keep going.
This is a really great rival character for him.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that they're so similar in their height, but also like some personality similarities. Obviously they differ. Every character in this show's personality is extremely unique to them.
I am excited to see where it goes. I wonder if we're going to inevitably face them. I think that could be a fun battle.
Yes. I think that would be the most fun, to have those two characters actually end up going up against each other.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're ready yet for it, because I think this was a big moment for Hinata to like listen to Hoshiumi speak and now get this motivation that I think he's going to possibly try some things out in the next game that he plays.
I hope, even though it's not necessarily the best place to try things out.
That is kind of how it works, though. Don't they always try things out in the middle of a game?
Maybe. I don't know. We also had Nekoma winning. Bokuto's team won. I don't know who we're playing against, but our second day is starting.
Right. Didn't we possibly think that we were going to play against Nekoma? Or
I
thought
think
that.
So, yeah.
I thought that possibly by the energy of their exiting reactions to each other, that they might have to go up against each other, and only one team is obviously going to make it out of that, because that's how sports work. So I think my guess is that we're going to go up against Nekoma either next or like second to next.
Maybe? I don't know. I'm excited.
I just want to see more Bokuto.
Yeah?
I love Bokuto so much.
Me too. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh my god, we're gonna watch her play, aren't we? We're gonna watch her play. Everything's so great about him.
God, I love her jacket.
Of course.
The volleyball court?
So did he introduce her to it?
Maybe.
I love Kid Ryu.
Yeah.
He's so perfect. Oh my gosh. Does not compute.
Fair enough.
So I hope that's what we see next. I hope we get to see her play.
I would love to see her play, yeah.
Let's have a separate series of all of them as children. Remember how cute Yamaguchi and Suki were as kids?
I like Tanaka's kid voice actor.
How can you not be happy and smile when you watch this show? No! Kaguya-sama, what are you gonna do? Favorites to win the whole thing.
Whoa.
Just like Bokuto? Ooh.
Your time to shine, Suki.
Love
I like his design, yeah.
Yes. Is
Miyamatsu. This team is like setting up to be insane.
Everyone's gonna figure out that he's the reason Kageyama was in such a bad mood.
Damn.
It's kind of bad luck.
The boys.
あれやってもいいぞ。いよいよ最後の大会だな、的なやつ。インターハイの時止めたからな。大地に余裕がねえと、逆にこっちは余裕ができる不思議。うるせえ。部から何から普段と違いましたし。
He's talking him in. Oh my god, Inoshita. Inoshita's like Suga and Daichi put together. Is he waiting for her?
Has to be. She's just happy to be there.
I'm happy to be here.
なんだよ、カノカ。中で待ってろよ。美女に育ったカノカ。都会の夜。年上のシティボーイ。勘違った。
Maybe. But I did too, a little bit.
He did misunderstand the situation. It's like a cousin or something.
I need a whole series about her.
She has main character energy.
She does. I'm nervous. Twin brother?
Oh, oh no, this is amazing. This is the
Mia brothers. Oh. She's like one of my favorite characters in the show. And I know nothing about her. Ooh.
It was very cool.
Remember back in like the first season, he was like throwing up every game. Inarizaki.
Powerhouse school.
Not gonna lie, they're pretty intimidating. They're kind of scary. Soul swap delayed spike. Atsuma looks annoyed.
This is gonna be a tense game.
I know. Oh man.
Oh my god, he was the conductor. Oh, that was cool. That was really cool.
Oh my god. Whew. Boo.
ブーイングですか。ほんと訓練されてる。あとネットにかかってしまった。まさに東西セッター対決。いい感じに止めた。打つの忘れたって言いましたね。俺ら相手に実験ぶっ込んできよったんか。
Yes.
Ah, yes. Oh, I'm so excited.
Everyone's here to watch.
This is such a good visual. Oh. I can't. I literally cannot. Okay, that was Haikyuu, season 4, episode 13. This is the most, like, hype I've been all season. And what a great start to the match. Like, I didn't expect we'd even get any of it. And then we had the whole reveal of Atsuma having a twin brother. We had Atsuma being a conductor and silencing the crowd right before he goes to set or serve. And it was the coldest thing I've ever seen in Haikyuu. It was so cool.
I think that might have been my favorite moment. That was so cool. And it fits with Ukai Sensei saying that they're very well trained.
Yeah. Oh my god, what a good episode. We got like Konaka too, and she's great. Konaka.
I love this
Konoka.
like side story that's happening at the same time. It's
Yeah.
like yes, we're at this like tournament and we're playing these games, but there's this side story of a girl in love. You know?
I can't
and I love it.
I can't decide if I want it or not.
I think it would probably be best if it was just kind of it didn't go all the way to them being together, and it was more like it leaves us kind of guessing with him being in awe over how she played or something.
Yeah.
That would probably be really nice for me, I think.
I'm with you. I like her a lot, though. Her character is really good, and like I said, I could watch a whole entire anime just about her. And her team. That she gave off protagonist energy so heavy.
She was adorable. A nice backstory where she's the tall girl getting bullied.
Yeah.
And then this shorter kid isn't afraid of her, making fun of her, and takes her to learn volleyball. And now she's done it ever since, and it gave her confidence.
I love how, it's such a reoccurring thing, but I can never get over it, how freaked out and weirded out people are by Hinata. What he chooses to do. And he's like, did he just say he forgot to hit it?
It seems like he's almost like, I think Kageyama and Hinata piss off Atsuma.
I think so.
He seems like, he's kind of like Oyakawa. You know, it seems like he's, unhappy in, a ticked off way.
I am trying to bench my Oikawa comparisons. It's a little hard. But I don't just want to slander the man.
They make some similar expressions.
Yeah. But he seems to be great at everything at the moment, right? And he is very particular about things. He does not like people talking during his serves.
Valid.
Yeah.
But he obviously is very okay with them booing during the opponent's serves.
What's up with that?
I'm like, how is that allowed? Obviously, it's going to throw them off their game. Like a whole giant crowd booing, I feel like you'd be like, yo, stop.
I feel like it should be allowed, but it just shouldn't be happening, sportsmanship-wise.
Because honestly, in my mind, the people on the court or on the field should be the only ones that affect the performance of the players.
Yeah, but that, think about any, actual live sporting event you'd go to. This exists.
Yeah, I know, and sometimes people get on the field naked and run around.
Sure. Yes.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't either. I think that, one of the most, crazy direct mottos is from Inarizaki, which is we don't need the memories. I'm like, oh my god.
It's like you don't need the memories, you need the win.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like we're living in the moment. We're winning. Like
we can't just stop at, oh, well, we'll remember this fondly. Like, no, we're winning.
I have not been, I don't think ever, as intimidated to play another team in the whole series, because like even with Shiro Torizawa, like there were several players in that team that were amazing and top tier, but for some reason I feel so intimidated by like every member of Ina's team.
I feel like in terms of intimidation for teams, it would probably be like, I mean, the three I can think of is Shiro Torizawa, Aoba Josai, and now this team.
Yeah.
In terms of like how intimidated I felt watching Karasuno play them.
Yeah. The twin thing.
The twin thing is great. Soul swap.
Soul swap delayed spike.
I love that he had like a catchphrase. He's like Nishinoya.
I was really surprised they didn't show Nishinoya being like, oh, what a cool name.
That was so cool.
Or it would be like,
thinking mine's better.
Or like it would have been cooler if it had thunder at the end of it. Like, you know, like I will say, I imagine the twin thing being a massive issue to deal with when like
a massive issue for them to deal with, or for Karasuno to deal with?
For Karasuno to deal with. I think that there is 100%, whether it's siblings or twins, a connection that does not have to be verbal, and like an understanding that is like you're already ahead. And
one of the main things about being a balanced and good team is connection and understanding of the people around you.
Yeah.
Like, so Kageyama has to understand each person on his court so he can give them the best set for them, and he needs to understand when they're feeling tired. He needs to understand where they're wanting to go. If they're raring up to get ready to spike, you know, he has to be aware of all of them. But with the Miya brothers, Asuma, you know, he already has a leg up in awareness of one of the main, probably, spikers he can give it to.
yeah.
That's a huge advantage.
It's massive. And I'm scared where that's going to lead. It's going to be hard for Suki to understand and break down, I think.
Oh, you're right. Also, this whole thing where he has two main serves he can do. Like, he can do the jump float, but he can also do, like, the one that Asahi does.
That's powerful. That's a leg up on Oikawa, even. Because Oikawa had the power, right?
He only had that one that Asahi does, basically.
I
want Bokudo's jacket.
I want
everyone
all
in the
jackets.
show has such cool jackets.
I love that, like, everyone, I hope for the rest of the game, all of our other, like, friends are watching. Like, I hope Bokuto's here the entire game. I hope Hoshiumi's here the entire game. You
I'm
know?
actually surprised that I don't even remember his name. The guy with the mask.
I have it somewhere, but go on.
I'm actually surprised he's even there.
Yeah? I'm wondering if he is going to be on Itachiyama, like the number 1 seed.
Probably. I would think so. Maybe all of the teams that are watching right now are the ones in the other bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Is that safe to say, possibly?
I think it's a possibility. It's interesting that Nekama isn't there. They're probably playing.
They're probably in the same bracket as Karasuno. I mean, they were the ones that directly said goodbye to each other.
I love the visual of the brothers, of the twins, looking onto Karasuno. I absolutely love it. And also, this is like a rarity of us playing in our orange jerseys. Like,
I miss the black.
The other team gets to have it.
I know, but I miss the black.
What?
I like when Nishinoya is just the one in orange, you know?
Yeah. He still stands out, though.
He still stands out, but it's almost like he stood out more when he was the one in orange.
Yeah. Orange is a in-your-face color.
Also, it goes with his hair, and it's just, I don't know, the whole look. I loved it.
It's weird seeing Hinata with orange hair wearing orange.
That's another reason why I like the black uniform.
Yeah.
Because then it was like orange accents with his hair.
Okay. I mean, like, I don't know what else to say. Like, that was one of my favorite episodes so far, and I'm just kind of like on the edge of my seat waiting to get the game started.
We haven't really seen Ojiro or Suna, which are the other two players that were showcased for this team. We really liked the design of Suna.
Suna's his name? S-U-N-A?
S-U-N-A. Kind of like cat-like eyes. Yeah. It made me start thinking, is it purposeful, the eye shapes with the personalities and kind of how they play? Because I feel like Hinata has these very big eyes, and then a lot of the characters on Nekoma have very cat-like eyes. Bokudo's eyes are also very round. It's like an owl, you know? So I'm like, oh, does it fit their play style, the like shape of their eyes?
Like we even Hoshiumi, like the seagull, like similarities within the eyes. But Suna's character design like immediately stood out to both of us, it seems, and we were both like, whoa.
Like he could be on Nekoma, but he's not. So I like him.
Yeah, I like him.
And I want to see more of him. And so I guess we'll get to see them next episode. I'm very intimidated.
I'm excited though.
How are we gonna beat them?
I don't know. If I'm honest, no clue. Like, I'm not feeling too optimistic, but
it's like I haven't felt like this since before we played Shiratorizawa. Like I'm like, how do we, like the last team we played in this tournament that we're in, I was like, yeah, we're gonna beat them, you know, like it just felt like it was gonna happen. It didn't feel like it was too tough competition. But this is really intimidating.
Well, even with Shiratorizawa, I was like, okay, you just have to, like, just block him. Just block him, you know? Play good, block him. But
that game had to be mainly Suki, honestly.
Yeah.
Suki had to do a lot of work in that and a lot of mental work in that.
This is going to be difficult. Defense is really going to have to come out. Absolute defense.
Everyone's going to have to get better at receiving.
Facts.
If the main highlight of Mia is that he has these two, you don't know which one it's going to be, serves, then I think possibly Hinata's going to need to show off some of his new watching the ball receiving techniques.
Okay, or we sub in Kanoka and she comes on and helps us win with her height.
She is so cute. Oh my god.
I like her.
I do too. I want this to be continual side story for the next, like, while they're in the tournament.
Yeah.
I hope that she comes to watch him play. I hope that it's so, like, devastating because I'm like, Kyoko's not going to give you a chance.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. But I wouldn't want him to just, like, drop his love for Kyoko. I don't know. I feel like there hasn't been enough attention to Tanaka Kyoko romantically, other than just Tanaka's obvious love for her that's played up like as protective and like a bit, you know? This is the first like romance like focus thing we've got.
Like we didn't even get that with Daichi when I wanted it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. You good?
Yes, please give me romance.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.